Senators are demanding answers from the head of Boeing today as the plane manufacturing company faces increasing scrutiny. This is CEO Dave Calhoun's first appearance before a congressional panel since a door plug blew out of one of Boeing's planes mid-flight back in January. Calhoun had previously announced he will retire by the end of the year, and it's unclear who will take over for him. Lawmakers today also want to know more about how Boeing is building its planes as new whistleblowers come forward ahead of this hearing. NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles has been following the hearing and joins us now from the Hill. Ryan, bring us up to speed. What have we heard so far?
Allison, one of the things that's really struck me over the course of this hearing is that lawmakers aren't just concerned with the fact that Boeing has made mistakes. They're also very concerned that they may be attempting to cover those mistakes up. And they believe that admitting mistakes, fixing those mistakes, and being accountable for it is very important. And specifically, they're concerned that Boeing may be trying to suppress the testimony or the release of information from whistleblowers. Listen to this exchange between Senator Richard Blumenthal and David Calhoun, the chairman of the company.
How many of your employees have been fired for retaliating against whistleblowers?
Senator, I don't have that number on the tip of my tongue, but I know it. I know it happens. I know it happens. I am happy to follow up and get you that number.
So there's Calhoun admitting that sometimes whistleblowers have been punished for coming forward and telling their story. Allison, this comes at a time where Boeing is facing a serious question about leadership in the future. Calhoun expected to step down at the end of the year. They have not said who his replacement will be. Allison.
Wow. So other than asking questions, trying to hold people accountable, at least in some public sort of forum here, what else can Congress actually do when it comes to these issues?
It is a private company, but unlike many private companies that come before Congress, and Congress really doesn't have anything that they can do to force them to change their ways, Boeing works with the federal government. The federal government is one of its biggest clients. So that may mean that Congress can have more oversight than they would the average private company, and they could impact the way that they do business through the money that is appropriated to them. Also, the airline business in general is just heavily regulated by the federal government through the FAA. That includes the construction of airplanes. So the federal government has the ability to get in and see how this process works, levy fines, do a long line of other things to try and make them course correct. Of course, the other big problem, though, is, Allison, that Boeing is one of the only companies that does this, particularly in the United States. So that it really requires the government to try and find a way to get them to fix the problems they have there.
Ryan Nobles on Capitol Hill. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.